Okay, I'm gonna make another one. And this time are gonna be discussing the Three Stooges. So this is the movie that came out in 2012 in honor of the slapstick TV show back in the old days, in the old black and white world. So just like just like the show, they added it 3 acts referred to as episodes in reference to how the original Three Stooges short films were packaged for television by Columbia Pictures. So let's get into it. Act 1, More Orphan Than Not. So 35 years in the past, the children at the Sisters of Mercy orphanage are playing soccer. Technically, they were playing kick the can because they were using an old soda can in the front yard. And Sister Mary Mangla, the meanest and strictest nun in the orphanage, tells them to go inside and do their chores. The orphan is trying and convince her to let them play a little longer. But she denies it and tells them to shut up and go work. Later, 3 destructive infants, Mo, Larry, and Curly, are thrown in a duffel bag onto the doorstep of the orphanage. And Sister Mary Mangla opens up the duffel bag, only to be eye poked a second later. Then the rest of the nuns come out and notice Mo, Larry, and Curly, and they start wrecking complete havoc in the orphanage, terrorizing the nuns, especially Sister Mary Mangla, who has always hated them. 10 years later, desperate to be rid of the 3, the nuns tell a prospectively adoptive couple that the trio are the only 3 children available. Then they're forced to add a for consideration when a boy named Teddy wanders into the room. The couple, which is the hardest, decide to pick Mo. But when he requests that Larry and Curly join him, they take him back to the orphanage and choose Teddy instead. Hiding his true motives, Mo tells Larry and Curly that he came back because the Harders were going to make him do chores. 25 years later, in the present day, the trio is adults. They're still living at the orphanage and working as maintenance men. And Monsignor Ratliff arrives and tells Mother Superior that the orphanage must be closed, and she tells Sister Mary Mangla to fetch the trio. The 3 are trying to fix the malfunctioning bell on the roof, but when Larry removes the bell's "Do Not Remove" tag, misreading it as "Donut Remover," it falls and injures Sister Mary Mangla, falling on her head and possibly giving her head trauma. When they go to the Mother Superior, another accident causes Monsignor Ratliff to fall on top of the nuns. Mo, Larry, and Curly think he is getting fresh with the nuns, attack him until Mother Superior stops him. Ratliff will not adopt them either, as he is on official business. Mother Superior tells everyone that the orphanage must be closed at the end of the month. Ratliff tells the nuns that it will spread around the diocese and the children will be sent to foster homes unless they can raise $830,000 $100,000 in 30 days. Mo, Larry, and Curly volunteer to try to raise the money. Some of the nuns think it can't succeed, as they know only nuns and kids. But Mother Superior thinks otherwise. Alright, Act 2, the bananas split. So, this one starts with a woman named Lydia, who's played by Sofia Vergara. She wants to kill her husband so she can be with her lover, or Mac, and inherit her husband's considerable fortune. She finds the trio and offers to pay them the money they need to take care of the hit job, pretending that Mac is her terminally ill husband that wants to be put out of his misery and have him switch with her real husband with the moment when the moment comes. They botch the job and promptly letting Curly push Mac in front of a bus and leave Mac in traction in the hospital. When they tried to visit Mac in the hospital to finish the job, failing to do so, as Mac tells him that the incident cured his illness. They are chased by 2 police officers throughout the hospital and escape by jumping off the roof using a fire hose. Once they hit the ground, they end up running into a now grown-up Teddy, who invites them to his anniversary party and an opportunity to settle at Teddy's home, but Mo refuses. It is then revealed that Teddy is actually Lydia's husband. The trio's next scheme for raising the money is to sell farm-raised salmon, with them scattering live salmon on a golf range and watering them like produce. But the same police officers from the hospital arrive at the golf course to arrest him, and the trio gets chased off the golf course and they hide in an old building, getting in by using Curly as a battering ram to bust down the door. Inside, after having a slapstick fight, Larry and Curly scold Mo for rejecting Teddy's invitation and his father's earlier adoption attempt that they could have used his adoptive parents as well to help save the orphanage. Hurt by those words, Mo tells them to leave, saying that he is tired of being with them. After deciding to split up, they leave the old building, with Mo left inside. Then it turns out that he was on a stage the whole time in front of an audition crew who selects Mo to be the newest cast member of Jersey Shore as Dynamo. So Larry and Curly are getting along well without Mo, but then they start to worry about it and decide to return to the orphanage to find him. They only find out that a girl named Mirth is very ill, but it has not been taken to the hospital because the orphanage does not have medical insurance. Sister Mary May tells them that no one will insure the orphan. It's due to the trio's numerous accidents and injuries over the years, and the $830,000 is needed to cover medical bills that accumulated over the years. Larry and Curly later meet up with Teddy's adoptive father at his office to talk about what had happened with the orphanage. Teddy's father confesses that Mo wanted him to go back for his friends to adopt them, and he thought 3 kids would be too many to handle, so he gave Mo back and took Teddy in his place. Then Larry and Curly discover a picture of Teddy and Mr. Harder with Lydia and Mac, and realize that Teddy is the husband that Lydia wanted to murder. In addition to this, they feel guilty for rebucking Mo in not accepting the Harder adoption, and decide to go find him. Meanwhile, Mo has been causing a lot of havoc on Jersey Shore by slapping, eye poking, and head bopping the cast members. Which, if you never watched the movie and saw all the Jersey Shore scenes, Snooki, Mike, Sammy, Ron, and JWoww were on the show. Oh, and then Mo caught us so much trouble for them. Like, I tell you, if you watched that, you would have thought he was way worse than Angelina ever was. Angelina was a nightmare to them, but Mo was 10 times worse. I mean, Angelina never did slapstick stuff like Mo did. She never eye poked. She never head bopped. I don't think she ever slapped or anything, but face it, she never did slapstick stuff like Dynamo did. Anyway, the Jersey Shore cast is sick and tired of what Mo has been doing to them and want him off the show. So they go to the producer and tell him to kick Mo off of the show or they will sue him, like with a lawyer. The producer then informs them that the show is all about the ratings and not them. And then Larry and Curly finally get to the set of Jersey Shore and reunite with Mo. And they all head to the anniversary party where they show up to thwart the murder plot, getting in as balloon men. And when they get inside, Curly gives all the balloons to a little girl and she floats up into the air. Later, they get chased by the angry Lydia and Mac after the same girl's balloons are popped and she falls onto the wedding cake, destroying it. Mo, Larry, and Curly are chased into Teddy's room, finding Teddy on the bed, drowsy. Mac then draws a gun on the trio, but Mr. Harder appears drawing his gun at him, telling him to drop the gun. Mac then confesses that Lydia was calling the shots, but Mr. Harder corrects Mac and admits that he was the real mastermind and Lydia was working for him. He married into the money and was incensed to find out the money was left to Teddy and not him when Teddy's mother died years earlier. They are taken for a ride, but the car crashes into a lake when Curly's pet rat Nippy digs into Lydia's cleavage. They all escape when Curly farted and Mo ignites it with some easy, light, waterproof safety matches that at Larry had causing enough of an explosion to blow out the windows. Once they are back on land, Mr. Harder, Lydia, and Mac are arrested, and Teddy thanks the trio for saving him. When the trio requests the $830,000 from Teddy, he declines, stating he refuses to help the same orphanage that gave him up to a father that tried to kill him. A couple months later, the trio returned to the now condemned abandoned orphanage. They feel bad for feeling like failures, but then they hear kids laughing, swimming, and playing. When they investigate, they find out a brand new orphanage was built next door, complete with a swimming pool, a basketball court, and a tennis court. They soon learn that the money came from the Jersey Shore producers, who consider this as an advance payment and in relation to a new reality show, Nuns versus Nitwits, in which the entire trio will take part. Earth is also revealed to be perfectly fine, and her illness was due to metal poisoning. With Larry saying he has always suspected that was too much iron in the water. Then she, along with her friend Peezer and his brother Weezer, the later thought to have been lost forever to a foster home, will be adopted by Teddy and his new fiancee Ling, who was actually the receptionist at the office that Larry and Curly talked to before Mr. Harder came in. And that was Ling, who was she was Teddy's father's secretary at the office. In the end, after Curly accidentally knocks Sister Mary Mingua into the pool with a folded up diving board as the orphanage celebrates the adoption, the trio will run away, bounce off some trampolines over the hedge and onto some mules, in which they clumsily ride away into the distance. And there you have it. That's the Three Stooges.